President Biden and Congress want to put Russian oligarchs' super yachts, the ones that they've seized, up for sale and take the proceeds and have it go to Ukraine, where their budget problems, as they're trying to deal with this war. The House voted overwhelmingly this week to urge the Biden administration to liquidate the frozen assets for military and humanitarian assistance for Ukraine. That's some $600 million. But experts warn it's not so simple, with a lot of legal and logistical hurdles. And joining me now is Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton. He's a former Marine Corps officer who served in Iraq and a member of the Armed Services Committee. And Congressman, I know that you were the first to introduce your own bill called Yachts for Ukraine Act. Now, how is that different from what the House just passed? And how do you make this happen? Because I'm told by officials, former officials who were in the Treasury and the frozen assets business, that it takes a long time with civil litigation to actually get the clearances once you freeze the yachts to actually able to sell them and get that money untangled.
Sure. Well, I don't know if I was the first, Andrea, but the point is that there are a couple of different bills here that are fully supported by a bipartisan Congress to send a clear message to Russia and Putin's oligarch allies that they're not going to wait this out, that we're serious about this, we're coming for your assets, and they're going to go to Ukraine. So if you think you can ride this out sitting on your yacht in the Mediterranean, think again. That's the important message that we're sending. And you know what? If they have to fight with the lawyers over this for years to come, then so be it. They can pay the lawyers for that task. We're sending a clear message to them that we want your yachts and they're going to go to Ukraine.
Do you think we've done enough with sanctions? We went after Putin's daughters. We have resisted going after his very close friend, the mother of several of his children. The State Department has not done that yet, nor the Treasury.
Look, the State Department has done an unprecedented job. I mean, there's nothing like this sanctions regime in all of history. So are there more things we can do? Sure. And I'm sure we can still find some loopholes that can be closed, some people that we left out. We'll continue to ratchet up the sanctions as the administration has been doing over the past couple of months. But let's not lose sight of the fact that the Biden administration has pulled together a truly unprecedented sanctions regime. The fact that, as you just said, 88% of the world is living in countries that support our fight against Ukraine, or at least have abstained from subsiding with Russia. That's a powerful message, and the Biden administration and the State Department really deserve a tremendous amount of credit for pulling this all together.
Let me just clarify, because I may have misspoken, but it's 88% of the world are against what we're doing. They're with Russia, which is, Indonesia, China, India, the world's populations, Brazil, Mexico abstaining. So this is Europe, Canada, Australia, our allies in Asia, Japan, obviously, South Korea, against Russia. But everyone else, Russia is dominating those other countries because of their larger populations. But
so let's. I mean, I apologize for that, Andrea. I maybe misheard you, but let's just put this in perspective. I mean, the regime here truly is incredible. Of course, China is going to try to side with Russia, and there are some very large countries like India that are abstaining. But all the major economies here, all our Western allies have come together. Remember, Putin started this thing saying that he was going to divide NATO. Instead, he's done nothing but unite it. Putin started this thing saying that NATO was weak. Well, there's no one who's done more to strengthen NATO in the last 30 years than Vladimir Putin. So everything that the Biden administration has done in response to this war has directly undermined Vladimir Putin's goals. And a lot of that credit goes to the State Department for the degree to which they've pulled everybody together. There's no question that you have to pair this with military action, though. So at the same time as we're putting together this unprecedented sanctions regime and maintaining it and strengthening it every single day, we're also providing an extraordinary amount of military aid to the Ukrainian freedom fighters on the ground. And of course, we're reinforcing that now with the president's new request.
What are your thoughts about Willie Joseph Cancel, the former Marine who has died fighting in this international force against U.S. advice, of course, but the tragic loss of this young man?
Look, everyone who is fighting for freedom in Ukraine is a hero for democracy, for our Western values, for our American values. And while I'm a U.S. lawmaker, I'm not going to advocate for Americans going to fight on behalf of the Ukrainians. It says a lot about what the Ukrainians are doing every single day in this war for their own freedom, that Americans are willing to support it, and that America is so strongly behind them. Whether we're sending aid, we're providing homes to Ukrainian refugees right here in America, or even those who are going to fight alongside the Ukrainians. This is America's fight, just as it's Ukraine's fight, because this is truly a fight for democracy. This is the front line of democracy right now in the world, and Americans know that.
Congressman Seth Moulton, thank you very much. And
Andrea, thank you.